Hello, friends. Today we're talking with Shira, world-renowned psychic intuitive, medium, and pet communicator, who's been featured in The Guardian, The New York Post, The Record, and Newsweek. Shira has been reading professionally for 25 years and is fluent in tarot cards and numerology. Shira, thanks so much for your time today.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I was really excited when we had a chance to sit down and you were sharing with me the news of your recent work and what you're going to be bringing to the market. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing to help connect people to their higher selves?
Well, if you've heard of the law of attraction or Abraham Hicks, the law of attraction says every 17 seconds you feel good about something, you bring something else to feel good about into your life. So every 17 seconds, if you say, wow, I really like this, you'll bring something else to like into your life. What happens is most people are trying to figure it out. They're trying to think of how I'm going to get from point A to point B instead of allowing in. What I love about Abraham Hicks is Abraham Hicks gives the spiritual or the vibrational side of it, and the emotional side. So I give the practical applications to the law of attraction. And then while I was doing this, the saints started to talk to me as well. So St. Anthony and St. Jude are sharing their insights and giving me the insights to give out to the world as well. And what I found out is that this greatly improves the law of attraction, and it gives me new techniques. For example, most people don't like to get angry, or they don't like to be confrontational. And what St. Anthony says is that instead of looking at anger as something good or bad, see anger as an indicator that things are about to change. So don't be right or wrong. Just know that anger empowers. Anger says, okay, either I've already been here, done that, don't need to do this again, or I'm in a different place in my life and I need to make a change. So if you get angry, one of the techniques that St. Anthony told me is that when you get angry, ask what you needed versus what someone else did wrong. So when you ask for what you need, you're allowing that person into your life or someone else to give you the support that you need and deserve and desire. And that brings you into alignment. Part of getting what you need or getting what you want is learning how to ask for it. Sometimes we expect, if we do something, we expect somebody else to do something else. If I ask you to put your right hand down and not to move it, and I say, move your right hand, you're going to do whatever you want with your right hand. You're not going to say, oh, well, because Shira says move your right hand, I'm going to move my right hand. But that's how we treat situations. And instead of saying, if I do this, you'll do that, you say, would you mind do this for me? I didn't realize that I needed this and I didn't ask for it.
I think that's really profound, and sorry to interrupt you. We had an article recently that talked about anger being a good thing, and I don't know about you, but personally, the media, the content I've been bombarded with is don't express anger, transform your anger. But really, I think we need to address what is causing the anger so that we can grow from it, which is exactly what you're saying.
Well, not only that, but we've been taught to address everything in a spiritual way and resolve everything in a spiritual way instead of communicating and love and receiving way. And then it becomes really exciting because then not only are you building a support system professionally and personally, but you're getting more momentum. The more people that are underneath you, the faster things go because that energy is getting underneath you. And all of a sudden situations are coming in that you are being given the opportunity for, because as one person, you can only be given so much opportunity. When you have people underneath you and a lot of people supporting you, what you don't realize is that everybody starts to benefit from what's going on with you. And then for another person, anything that benefits them that you're involved in benefits you as well. It's phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Did you hear Vibration Rise as I said it?
Yes.
Was it exciting?
It was. What do you call your recent work?
It's manifestation techniques for the law of attraction.
Outstanding. And when is that going to be available for the public?
It's going to be available. Right now, it's available on Amazon. You can get to the link by shirasplace.com. But also, I'm doing a book launch at the Wellness Gala on October 20th, and I'm going to have a book signing there. Right now, my books are available in ebook version,
Mhm.
and going to be coming out in paperback. My first one will be Saint Anthony, Lost Items Found Joy, and it's a 30-day meditation book. What happens is when people come to a person like me, a psychic, they're looking for an answer. Maybe a person will come to me and they'll say, "Oh, can you tell me when I'm going to meet and marry John Doe?"
Mhm.
Care if you meet and marry John Doe, I want you to be treated well. I want you to have a nice life with or without someone else, or to attract someone who can be a part of your life. And in order to do that, it takes negotiating as well. So what happens is when we get involved with someone, we put all of our hopes and dreams into that person, or we put all of our expectations or unmet needs into that person instead of allowing them to give us what we need in a way that's good for them, and also for us to give to them in a way that's beneficial to us. We can't get everything from one person. What I do with people, and I love this meditation, is I ask people to close their eyes. And if they're involved with someone, I ask them to picture um, an extension cord. One plug is in them and one plug is in their partner. And I ask them to unplug from their partner and put that end into the universe or God or spirit, whomever they believe in. And then they take another plug from spirit. Now they're plugged in with spirit to themselves. And I say, well, now where you plugged in with spirit, universe, God, now it's your heart instead of where you plugged in before. Now I ask them to take another plug or extension cord from God, the universe, or spirit, and to plug it into their partner. Now you're sharing the universe's love with each other instead of each other.
Wow, that's incredible.
And it's so easy. It's supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be difficult. I don't understand how everybody thinks that it's supposed to be difficult. It's not supposed to be difficult. And one thing that I'm showing people now is on a scale of 1 to 10, most of us are at a 10 vibration spiritually. And mentally, we are just smart, 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 smart as the day is long. But emotionally, we're between the 1 and the 4. And
Mm.
so what we try to do is when we have a problem, we come from a place of having a problem, a problem, a solution. Now we're in a place where every 17 seconds you feel good about something, you invite something else to feel good about. What you don't know is, or what people don't know is, when we have a problem, we check in spiritually, we check in mentally. When we're enjoying ourselves, like eating our favorite food or ice cream, we don't check in at all. And what I'm showing people now is how to raise their emotional to the same place as the spiritual and mental. And that brings the relationship and the finances up.
Mm.
Your emotional drives your finances, not your spiritual and your mental ability. Your ability is where it comes from. Your emotional is what it lets it in.
Makes sense. What is the first step you have to take to get there?
Excuse me?
What is the first step that people have to take to get there, to start accepting this way?
I think the first step for people to, I'll give you, I'll give you two that I really like. Number one is to see what vibration you're at. So if you're in any situation that you don't like or that you would like to change, that's the situation that you use to change your vibration. So most people start out between a 1 and a 4. And between a 1 and a 4 vibration, you're trying to figure it out. If you're in a relationship, you're feeling alone and you have a lot of fear because fear creates control. In a 5 to 7, things are easy. So the first thing you do is you say to yourself, that was easy or that was fun. Did you know that you use the same mouth muscles to smile as you do to complain. So
Uh-huh.
you complain and smile at the same time. Try it. Smile as big as you can. Complain, you can't. But we think that where we are is a thinking space.
Mhm.
It's not, it's in your body memory. So we're actually creating new body memories as we raise our vibration.
It's funny because today in the news, it cited an article I saw cited loneliness as one of the top maladies of Americans, not opiate addiction, but actually loneliness. It sounds like you're giving people the tools they need to overcome that.
Not only to overcome it, but also to have a new understanding that part of being lonely is not feeling valued. And even as a culture, or even in religious or spiritual, we've been taught many things about money that really have nothing to do with us at all. But we could not be where we are without contrast. And contrast is being where you don't want to be. For example, there's no on without an off. There's no left without a right. You couldn't navigate without having these two different opposing. So what happens is sometimes we go so far off that we can't get to the other side. And emotionally, we're learning to set the middle ground, so that we can find where we are, because most of us are looking to have or not looking to have or not have lack, instead of be the person that could have the lifestyle to include this, this, and this. So we start off from, well, we don't like where we are. How are we going to get to a different place? Versus, wow, the universe wants to give me that. Isn't that nice?
Mhm.
In order to have this, I have to become this person. For example, I started out as a psychic and medium and pet communicator. And now I'm a keynote speaker and an author, and I'm working with 9 people. My first business plan didn't support my new business, and I didn't understand that. And now I'm being given a larger arena. Everyone is in their process. My process, part of my process, was to have a capsule wardrobe where I always look camera ready. My process, I now have a business developmental coach. My process includes having my hair and makeup done, or knowing how to do my hair and makeup for camera versus every day. So everyone is in their process. I think sometimes we don't realize that our lifestyle includes a process. The second technique that I like to give people is I like them to picture themselves as a multimillionaire. And I ask them to close their eyes and to picture the car that they're driving as a multimillionaire, and the color and feeling what it feels like. And then to look in the steering wheel and to see the emblem or to see the type of car. And then I ask them to go test drive that car. They're not test driving their car, they're test driving their life. Their life includes that car. I think we're um, as people, we're a very consumer time of having or not having, versus this is my life and this is what the universe gave me in that life. And then we get to set an example. And instead of asking to have more, ask to have more to do more, so that you can enjoy doing while having.
Mhm.
I think sometimes people come to me and they say, oh, well, I want to know what my purpose is. What's my purpose? And they don't understand that their purpose is to be them. When you squeeze Shira, you get Shira. When you squeeze you, you get you.
Mhm.
I think that we don't realize that that's where it all starts from. St. Anthony says if you see things as awful and you lost your awe, he will find it for you. After all, he is the saint of all lost things.
I love that.
Just so special. Like every moment is so special. We're thinking about what we have to do. You don't do anything without taking a breath.
Mm.
You know, just to look around you at, oh, so I'll do this with you. Do you have a favorite flavor ice cream?
Yes.
And what is it?
Chocolate chip mint.
Okay. So what I ask people to do is I ask them to say, having more money than you could spend in a lifetime feels just as good as eating chocolate chip mint ice cream. Done. And you feel that joy welling up in you because we were taught to look for approval of doing the right thing. If you do this, you'll get that. If you do this, you'll get that. That's not the truth. The
No, I
truth,
think that's what debilitates a lot of people, because you've been raised in this paradigm and you feel like you don't measure up if you don't meet certain standards. Really, all we're supposed to do is live our life and be happy.
yes, and also it's also expansive. It's not compartmentalized. I think a lot of times we tend to compartmentalize things instead of expanding out. And the thing that I like for people who want to have a business or business owners is that the new way of doing a business plan is to think about how you want to feel in your business. So your mission statement is what you do and how you want to feel. So I started out where mine was inspirational, blessed, and fun. Now mine is inspirational, blessed, fun, and rich. I forgot that.
I think we often do early on in our entrepreneurial careers.
Yes, and the nice thing is that when you're ready, the opportunity appears.
Mm-hmm.
Ask people which came first, the chicken or the egg. Did you have the idea that you wanted something and then the universe gave it to you? Or did the universe want to give it to you and then you were inspired to want it? And that's how I operate.
Mm.
And I tell people, if you want a Mercedes Benz and the universe wants to give you a BMW, I would just get yourself to the BMW dealership and be done. Just saying. Easy, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Would you like one more technique?
Yes, yes, please.
So I collect angel figurines, and somehow they always find me. And I say to myself, for every angel I see, I have an extra $100. In my living room, I count up to $3,000. What you don't know is that your spirit is already connected to receiving. And the more easy and fun you make receiving, the more it comes into you. So when I get up and I love my angels and I love the people that gave them to me, and what you don't know is every time someone gives you something, you are feeling their love.
Mm-hmm.
Attach to something, you attach with the love. If you lose the item, you go frantic. Have you ever lost something and you're frantic? That's because you're attaching with such conviction and such intensity. And then when St. Anthony finds it for you, you're like happy. And it brings him great joy to do this for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, I don't have a religious experience with the saints because I'm Jewish. So even I had to Google who St. Anthony was when he came to me because I didn't know who he was. So I Googled him, I looked him up on Wikipedia, and then he just turned around and said, "Oh, I'm the saint of all those things." And Mother Mary had come to me earlier, and I didn't know who she was either. And I said, "Who are you?" She said, "Oh, I'm Mother Mary." I said, "Why are you here?" She said, "I'm the one who called you to do your work." I said, "Why?" She said, "Because you said you would answer." And then that's when everything changed for me. I think that on some level, things do change spiritually. And then when we're ready, the universe gives us so to step into that next part of our life and lifestyle. And it's so enchanting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a time for us because collectively we're in a nice space where the more people do this, the more energy it brings in, and it's phenomenal. So for example, when we were in the agricultural age and then we went to the industrial, it took a different step globally. I think we're still thinking that we're going to do something personally when we're really moving in a global way.
Mm-hmm.
And aren't we fortunate that the spirit guides and the universe are willing to give us all this information that we can enjoy it all. We don't have to be taught these lessons over and over again in order to get it so that we can enjoy our life. We're like, we've arrived.
That's what I think is amazing about the time that we're living right now, because even though we're connected on a geographical level and people who are close to us, we can communicate with people on a global level. So we can deliver this message worldwide and raise the vibration of the planet entirely, not just in our own segment. And I think the tools that you're bringing, how would you inspire someone to get started? If they say, "Oh, this all sounds great, but I don't even know where to begin," where do they begin?
Okay, so the first thing I would say is to listen to Abraham Hicks or to buy what my book on Saint Anthony. I think that that's a good place to start. I think that what I would start is something very simple. I give people a tithing technique to do because I like people to have practical applications that they can see the results right away.
Mhm.
I think that a lot of people tend to talk about this subject in a very abstract way
Yeah.
instead of practical applications. So tithing is giving with the expectation that the universe or God or spirit is going to take care of you. So what I ask people to do is I ask them to write on a piece of paper, I expect God, spirit, the universe, whatever word works well for your audience or for you, to give me, and you fill in with X amount a week, X amount a week. So I started out with $1,000 a week. Include what you need at least for your bills to take care of yourself. If you need $2,000 a week, don't tell the universe 200.
Right.
The universe already knows what you need. They're just waiting for you to ask because we know what we need, but sometimes we just don't even ask.
Mm.
So we'll use, let's say, $1,000 or $2,000. So you put that down a week. The reason why you don't want to put it down a month is because you don't want to wait till the 31st day. You'd be like, oh my God, where's my money? So you write down, and I'm thankful, and so it is. You put that slip of paper into a container, and you put 1 coin a day. For the US audience, it would be a nickel, a dime, a quarter. For international audiences, whatever your denomination change. It could be from the lowest to the highest, but 1 coin a day. At the end of 21 days, you give the money to a worthy cause and you start again. The first time I did this, after 42 days, I had so much change in my wallet. I was like, okay, God, you want me to do dollars? And I started putting away $1 a day and lighting $21 worth of candles for people every 21 days.
Oh, that's nice.
Started putting away $5 a day away. And I started lighting between $35 and $50 a week worth of candles for people. Now when I'm prompted, I just take money out of my wallet and I give people money. The largest amount of money I've given a person to date is $500. Recently, I was on the receiving end of someone else's good tithing. And they said, I feel prompted to give you a check.
That's wonderful.
Me out a check. And it was incredible. See, we always look at what God or the universe or spirit wants to do for us, but we never see ourselves on the receiving end just because. And I think that that's probably the hardest thing for people to understand, that you don't have to do anything in order to receive. But I think that if you start a financial relationship with the universe, spirit, or God, you will only find joy from that day forward.
Mm-hmm.
With money, at least. And also know also that prosperity comes in many different forms. It comes in person's time, a person's talent, a person's energy. Whatever they're willing to give you is their love. Like, I love to write, but I can't paint or draw to save my life. So whatever you give, whatever your talent is, whatever you feel comfortable or enjoy doing, when you touch someone else with it, it's incredible. And I want to just share another thing that I do with people that I forgot, which is I ask people to answer these 3 questions. The first question is, and I'm going to use the word universe. So if you say, the universe creates prosperity through me, who creates prosperity through you? The universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you say the universe prospers others who meet me, who prospers others who meet me? The universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you say the universe prospers me through others I meet, who prospers me through others I meet? The universe. Now you're no longer giving at the expense of yourself because everything is a prosperous transaction made by the universe for you.
I love that.
So the mantra is, the universe creates prosperity through me. The universe prospers others who meet me. The universe prospers me through others I meet. Now you're feeling the connection or the connectiveness versus what we need to do, what we don't need to do. The lower vibration is always figuring out what we need to do. But the universe says, why would you figure it out? Don't you think that they already have it handled? That's an issue. So now, when you realize that the universe just wants to prosper you, you start to connect up more with situations that will bring you more so that you won't always feel depleted. A lot of people that I've met, especially in the holistic environment, they're so serving and they're so giving, and it really needs to be more connected and more supported versus I'm giving out this, I'm a part of this. Look at what I'm a part of. Isn't this amazing to be a part of this? Extraordinary. So that's where I would start. I hope that's helpful.
Oh, I think that's very helpful. Because it's so easy if you're a giver to just give and give and give and not expect or want anything in return. But it's a universal law. You're going to receive because you give with good intentions, of course. So I think that's one thing that people have to be open to receive is that the universe wants to give to you, and open your eyes and see the opportunities and take advantage of them.
Yes, and also, so that's going from the 1 to 4 vibration to the 5 to 7 vibration. And then the 8 to 10 vibration is more money than you could spend in a lifetime.
I can't wait to get there.
Excuse me?
I can't wait to get there.
Website went viral. It hit 30,000 people in one day, and I didn't have a product.
Oh,
I'm creating the products, and it's really exciting. But I didn't realize, because every time that I get to a place, I feel like I've arrived. I mean, I got my BMW, I felt like I've arrived. And my friend said to me, well, that's nice, but one day you're going to have a life that has a BMW. It's not going to be about the BMW. And at that point, I couldn't even fathom or understand what that even looked like. And now I really see it as just so incredible that the universe would allow me to do this is so incredible. So, so incredible.
well, I think a lot, we realize that we have passion in life, and when we pursue that passion, all of a sudden the universe starts giving us things to support that passion, and it's like, where is this coming from? Do I deserve it? How do you get past the point of asking, do I deserve this, and move into it?
Repeat the last piece because I didn't hear that. I apologize.
Sure, no, I apologize. How a lot of people can't receive what the universe is giving because they have a block that is, I don't deserve it. So how do you get past the point of I don't deserve this and allow the gift to come in?
Oh well, that's easy. That's easy. My book that's coming out with Saint Anthony, and one of the things you want to start to ask is if you're feeling stuck. If you're feeling stuck, to ask Saint Anthony to give you what you need to move forward with ease. It's all about ease. If it's difficult, anything that's in difficult is never going to get you where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So deserving is more about difficult. And I'm going to tell you something that was shared with me that will make a lot of sense. Unworthy has a voice. And your unworthy voice will tell you how you're going to fail. And your unworthy voice will make you feel less than. But you also have a worthy voice. And a lot of people may never have heard it before. And your worthy voice is kind and thoughtful. If some people, they talk to other people the way they talk to themselves, they wouldn't have any friends.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's true.
That's for the approval. And that's justifying why we don't have. Versus your worthy voice would say, you could do this. Even if it doesn't work out, it's going to get you to a better place. I think that we tend to think in all or nothing. I'm in, I'm out, it's successful, not successful. But when you go into your wardrobe and you look at your clothes, you don't go, oh, I'm only going to wear this if it's successful. You wear it because it looks good and it feels good and makes you look good. And so we're so used to having that about clothes. Why can't we have that about everything?
Mm-hmm.
We've never been introduced to it. So the key is that failure could not exist without success.
True.
And failure is what worthy does. Did you know that unworthy gives you a to-do list just to make you fail? How do you like that?
I don't like that.
So if you say, I'm going to make a list of things that I would like to get done today, your to-do list goes out the window.
Right.
And if you say, I am only going to do things that feel good, you will cut out half the distractions. And Jack Canfield has a wonderful book called The Success Principles. And the thing that I like about Jack Canfield is whenever you have a problem or whenever you're in a situation that you really want to change, see yourself at the end result. And then ask yourself, what was the last thing that happened? Not the last thing you did, but the last thing that happened. And write it down. What was the last thing that happened before that? Write it down. What was the last thing that happened before that? When you get to the very last thing, that was the first thing you did. Now you're not playing yourself against your emotions. Our issue is that we always start out with a problem and we go back mentally and spiritually to figure it out instead of going forward emotionally. And I'll give you the technique that I give beginners. Prosperity is like the oil for a car. You have the oil and you have the car. And everybody is concerned about driving the car. Who's going to drive the car? You're going to drive the car? Am I going to drive the car? Who's going to drive the car? And meanwhile, nobody's concerned about the financial or prosperity because we know that it's already there. What we don't know is the oil has to go through the funnel in order to get into the car. The funnel is the emotional. If your funnel is really small, when you turn on the car, you go, you hear, that's called complaining. There's no oil. When you start to feel good, it naturally expands the funnel to allow the oil into the car. At one point, the car is no longer your job or your livelihood. Your job is your life. And as your life expands, the funnel naturally expands to let more in. That's the 10 vibration. Most people are sitting on the shore and the prosperity is the water and they live in the ebb and the flow. The water comes, we're doing good. The water goes out, ooh. The water comes in, we're doing good. The water goes out, ooh, not enough. A lot of people live their lives that way. Step into the water. Feel what it feels like to be part of that flow.
Mm.
Ganesh wisdom puts in obstacles when you're not ready to receive. So Ganesh says, think about something that you want to get ahead of. There is no such thing as getting ahead. Now the obstacle is gone. You get to be a part of. And it's incredible. I just like to bottle it up and give it to people. Here, try this.
If only were that simple.
And also another place where we get stuck is we see things as how we were taught by our family.
Mm-hmm.
And if your family does one thing, you learn that. And if you come from a different family, you learn something else, just like cooking. If you're Italian, maybe you learn to cook Italian food. You know, if you're Latin, you learn how to cook Latin food. You know, if you're Jewish, maybe you learn how to make kosher food. But whatever that is, your influence, we start out feeling limited by that. And it's good to start out with that because I think that that gives you somewhat of a foundation. But I think that as we expand, we try different things and we try on different things and we see if they fit or don't fit. We look at success or failure instead of trying something out and going, oh, that fit really nice. Oh, I don't want to wear that. Oh, I'd rather wear that. We can do the same thing with anything and all. It's very easy. As far as deserving or undeserving, I think that it's easier to be undeserving than it is to be deserving. Because I think that as undeserving, we're used to sort of looking around and making sure everything's in place. Is this in place? Is this in place? Is this good? Is this good? When you feel deserving, you become a role model and you hold yourself in a different way. And that allows in more. I think that when you get to the point of deserving, you can see that looking back, but the undeserving gives you the humility to be deserving. I don't think that you have true deserving without that type of humility.
I agree.
So I think that there are different set of rules as you go forward. Like, for example, after I got my BMW, I wasn't allowed to complain anymore. My friends told me I couldn't complain. And I lost my mother when I was 12 years old. My mother died. And I was really good at complaining because I had a hole in my heart that was bigger than anything that I could possibly tell you about. And I was still feeling that loss. When I got my BMW, my friends told me you can no longer complain. I said, why? They said, because you're driving a BMW. Had I known that, I would have complained for three good complaining weeks before I got at least 3. Why don't they tell you before instead of after? People is if you're at a 1 to 4 vibration, what is the luxury of being there? My luxury was complaining. And so you have to give up that luxury, good, bad, or indifferent, to go forward.
Mm. You're not, that's so many things. If we can take an honest look at ourselves and say, okay, what is really holding me back? And be truthful. And am I going to continue this behavior or am I going to stop this behavior and take accountability for our own happiness and forward movement? And I think what you just said hit directly on top of that.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you. Like, I hope that so many people get helped by this conversation that we're having. So, tell us, where can we get your book?
You can get them on Amazon. Actually, you can get the link to the Amazon website on my website at shirasplace.com. I also offer private sessions in person or by phone or by Skype or by Zoom. And my rates are on my website as well. And if you'd like to have a session with me, you can certainly schedule one online as well on my website. And October 20th, save the date. If you were in Northern New Jersey, save that date. I'm going to be in Parsippany at the Wellness Gala. Deb Peterson runs them. She is wonderful and fantastic. And that's going to be going on from 12:30 to 5:30. And I'll be having a book signing as well. And that's going to be at the Sheridan Hotel in Parsippany.
Awesome. Have you heard, and I might be derailing the conversation, but have you heard about the Heart of Wellness Expo that's going to be happening in Edmonton this coming March?
I have not heard of it.
I'll send you the information. I'll be there, and I'll send you the info, and maybe we can be there together.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
No, thank you. So give us your website.
It's www.shirasplace.com. shirasplace.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Shira. Are there any last things you would like to share with us before we end?
Yes, I think there's one more little tidbit that I would like to share with you and with your audience. Ask yourself or ask your body what it's doing for you that you can't do for yourself. And then thank your body, thank your mind, and thank your spirit. And allow as much as you can allow in. If you are at a 4 vibration, which is at the lowest vibration, start doing the tithing technique, or start doing, for every item I see, I have an extra $100. And also get yourself a buddy system. So I'm going to do a little buddy with you, okay?
Awesome.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, think about a situation that you're not really happy with.
Yep.
Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you in that situation?
2.
Okay, great. So at a 10 vibration, are you still having that same issue?
No, definitely not.
Woo! At a 9?
No.
At an 8?
No.
At a 7?
No.
At a 6?
No.
At a 5?
It's a no.
A 4?
No.
At a 3?
I would like to say no.
But you are, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ask yourself, what do you have at a 3 that you don't have at a 2?
Willpower.
Are you willing to have it?
Yes.
Now you're at a 3.
Oh, great. Okay.
You have to figure out how to get it. You just need to allow it in.
Thank you.
See those things getting done with or without your help, and see them getting done in a way that's amazing.
Oh, I love that.
Abraham Hicks says, draw 2 columns. One column is what I handle, and one column is what the universe handles. Everything that you don't want to handle, push over to the universe's side.
Oh, that's good.
Now you're the 3, right?
Yes. I'm going to start that immediately.
And what do you have at a 4 that you don't have at a 3?
Better self.
And are you willing to have that?
Yes.
Now you're at a 4.
Good.
Because it's not about changing, it's about allowing.
Mm-hmm.
Allowing aligns. Changing goes, I'm going from here to here. Instead of, no, I'm becoming who I am. Anything less than a 10 vibration is an addiction. Fear creates control. So what do you have at a 5 that you don't have at a 4?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far.
So now you're 5. Isn't that easy?
Yes.
What do you have at a 6 that you don't have at a 5?
Oh, so challenging.
Say it again.
So challenging. I haven't thought that far ahead.
Okay, that's good. So the key for you is that you're very used to handling everything that you have to handle and getting it done. you're not used to allowing the universe to take you to the next place.
Yes, correct.
So think about anywhere in the world that you could be having this conversation with me. Where would it be?
Oh, well, my normal answer would be right here. But
So then that's your alignment, which is great. That's your comfort zone. Now let's get out of your comfort zone and think about somewhere that you'd like to visit.
Tuscany. I would be in Tuscany right now.
Difference? Now imagine that you have an office that runs with or without your help, and you can travel wherever you want. You can show people different retreats. You can go anywhere and you can talk about anything you want. Now you've exceeded your your limits. What most people don't realize is the reason why you lost your bearings was because you exceeded where you thought you were going to be in this lifetime. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what do you have at a 7 that you don't have at a 6?
Oh boy, I don't know. It's so far in my realm of possibility right now.
Yes. So you at a 7 now, or you higher?
I hope that I'm higher.
Okay, so let's put you at 10. And how are you feeling about the issue now?
Oh God, when I'm at a 10, I'm doing great for the world when I'm at a 10.
So what I forgot to tell people also is you don't get more money and raise your vibration. You raise your vibration and more money comes in.
Right. I saw a great LinkedIn meme today. Um, oh, his name just went right out of my head. He lives in Omaha, Nebraska. He's the greatest investor of all time. Well, it'll come to me. But anyway, it's about how money doesn't make you a better person. It exposes the person that you are. So if you get more money, you either become more of an a-hole or you become more of a great human being. And yeah, that's my goal. And I think everyone who resonates around this kind of communication, we all want to do better things for the planet and people and the animals and humanity. So yeah.
So now stand in that greatness and let the money flow, because that's who you were meant to be. Just step into it and feel supported in it and have everything you need in it, and you're there. Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's not just for me, that message. That's for everyone who is listening to. We can all step into our power and our vibration and be working with the universe, rewarded by the universe. And Shira is a great educator who can help us achieve that.
Thank you so much. Oh,
Thank
and also, lastly, if you're listening to this, please remember to drink water. Even as you listen to it, you're going to feel detox. Anytime you raise the vibration, you go through a detox, you're releasing. A detox is just releasing on all levels, mind, body, and spirit, anything and everything that's no longer working for you.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And I've reached my water several times as we've been having this conversation. And it was Warren Buffett that I was thinking of. Sorry that his name escaped me. One more time, tell people where you're going to be.
I am going to be at the Wellness Gala in Parsippany on October 20th. And they are also showcase different holistic practitioners as well. I'm going to be keynote speaker and I'm going to be doing a book signing.
Wonderful. I can't wait to see you there. And I thank you so much for your time today and all of your wisdom. And I know that you definitely helped me in this short conversation, which I wasn't expecting. I really hope that many, many people get to watch it and raise their vibration. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharon. Thanks for blessing us all with natural awakenings and everything that you do for us in our community. We all appreciate you.
Oh,
Thank
thank you. I'm going to sign off now. Don't hang up.